Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back from the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving back into PKA with 3 teams for you guys to take down level 80 plus. And honestly, I believe these teams can actually clear level 100 plus for you guys. It is just going to see what the damage needs to be for level 150 to see if they can go all the way. Now, all these teams in today's video are utilizing a friend captain, Law and Kid. I will do some other teams that don't include Law and Kid in the future, but the first team is led by Luffy and Ace, and we are utilizing a full boosted team that doesn't use anything from the Gear 5 match or the Lord Kid match. So no newer units besides the treasure map Yamato. Now, this is a free-to-play character. Hopefully you picked her up. Make sure to limit break expand her so you get access to her hunger. But this particular run right here is a showcase of how strong this team actually is, because I didn't limit break expand my Yamato and I didn't remove the hunger, but still managed to get it done. I have my Frankie at level limit break 5. However, this team doesn't really need it. The damage might, but the team doesn't actually need it. As you hit stage 3, you come up against page 1 ulti. They give you, at level 100 plus, 6 turns of despair, as well as put up resilience for 6 turns. So that's where the Yamato and your sockets come into play. You can remove all of that nasty effects. You get resistance for Sai, and then you get a carryover of additional damage. And if you want to, if your Sanji Judge isn't level limit break 5, you can actually activate Sanji and Judge's special on this turn. However, if you don't have Sanji Judge at level limit break 5, you can actually use them on the turn before to get 3 turns of an orb boost for your powerhouse and fighter characters, carry it into that stage against ulti page 1, and you can just easily kill. But as you guys saw, I had so much damage there that it didn't actually matter. This is not actually the showcase that I was thinking of with the hunger problem. The next clip it does, I actually got the hunger maxed out for Yamato, and it was all good. On stage 4, though, you come up against Big Mom. You are going to get that additional damage thanks to Yamato. She puts up either damage reduction or threshold, and this is where Frankie and Zoro come into play. We have a Luffy on our team because we are running a Luffy and Ace captain. Frankie can remove damage reduction, and Zoro can remove threshold. With a few supports, like the Jozu support on Luffy and Ace to remove some more threshold, and the Mihawk support on Zoro, we can remove more damage reduction. You can get around all 6 turns of these, whilst also getting an orb boost and a color affinity boost for 3 turns. Luffy and Ace can also be an attack booster if they're level limit break 5. You want to use their special here, so that way you can actually get their bigger captain ability, as you will get special binded on the final stage. Moving on to the final stage, you want to make sure you have the super swap of Kid Law. Now, to do this, you want to be sort of switching every single turn and start as Kid, and you want to be utilizing your specials with your side characters with Law as your captain, and then switch into Kid, so that way you can switch back into Law on the final stage. Switching into Law is going to give you a 1.4 times chain multiplier buff. We can actually get the super EX here. You go into their dual form, so when you use their special, you'll not only get a 3.25 times attack boost, but you'll also wipe out the mobs, set the defense to 0, and as you can see here, we easily kill Big Mom. That attack boost as well was actually the Luffy and Ace attack boost. So that just sort of shows how much damage this team has, as I actually used the Sanji Judge special on the previous turn to actually increase the duration, just to show you guys like how much damage this team actually has. On top of that, it actually gives you a lot of extra drops. So as you can see, we get a bunch of extra drops there, and it works quite nicely. Let's move on to the next team now. The next team utilizes our Gear 5 and the new Denjiro. So if you guys actually pulled Gear 5, you might be able to put this particular team together and make it a little bit easier for you. This team has a much higher drop chance. However, anything less than a guaranteed drop is still less than a guaranteed drop. So whether you run this team or the previous team, you just run Gear 5 as your captain for the previous team instead of Luffy and Ace, and that'll work actually hunky-dory too. So this particular team has the Otama that you get from the content, so you can definitely put her on the team, but it does require you to have the Kid Ace support. If you have the Kid Ace support, not Ace, Kid Sabo. The Kid Sabo support on Luffy is going to remove 2 turns of special bind on the final stage, but if you don't have that support, you just need to replace Denjiro with a Hiyori. The new Hiyori can remove special bind. I believe she has special bind removal on herself for 6 turns. It might be enough. I believe it'll be enough. But look, let me know in the comment section below if it's not. Once again, we are using Yamato on stage 3 against page 1 and ulti. For some reason, I keep switching with Sanji and Judge. I actually use their special here because mine is level limit break 5. If yours isn't level limit break 5, I probably wouldn't use their special there. I would save it for the next turn. However, utilizing this special here is going to give me 3 turns of an orb boost for fighters and powerhouse characters. And because Otama and Gear 5 are fighters, they also get this orb buff as well. Utilizing the special as Sanji Judge as a sailor gives Law his super swap cooldown as well, and it works out very nicely there. Once you move on to the Big Mom stage, she puts up that threshold or the damage reduction. She also gives you special reverse, and just like Luffy and Ace, Gear 5 actually removes special reverse as well, so that works out quite nicely. We don't have to worry about that. And then to get around the threshold or the damage reduction, you just go into Gear 5, and you just bypass those defensive effects, so you actually don't have to worry about having the damage reduction and threshold removal like the previous team did. Switching with Law and Kid is going to give you the chain multiply buff, and this particular run is a showcase of how much damage you have with these 2 units, because I didn't remove the hunger. If you have Yamato Limit Break expanded, she will remove 2 turns of hunger, or 2 stacks of hunger, I should say. But for this run, I actually forgot to Limit Break expand her. So all of this damage is being nerfed by hunger right now. And still, we managed to kill Big Mom, which is actually insane with just an orb boost from Sanji and Judge. You'll have that hunger removed thanks to Yamato. So that's going to work out really, really nicely. But as you guys can see there, like, there's so much damage with this particular team. On the final stage against Big Mom, she puts up that defense up. She gives your captain special bind. And she gives you an attack down if you're below a 2 times chain. So that's why we're going to have a support to give us a chain boost. Otama is actually going to remove some special binds for us, which is very, very handy. You can use the Hiyori as well. Like I said, if you have the Hiyori, you can use Hiyori here over Otama. But I just wanted to include a bit more of an accessible unit. And if you don't have the Kid Saba support, use Hiyori over Dendro. She's also a chain booster with her double special activation, so that works out quite nicely. But if you partner her up with Denjiro, you are going to get a lot more damage. So if you have that unit, just bring her over Otama, and you are going to do a lot of damage. Utilizing the Dendro support too gives you a 2.25 conditional boost. And with Kid Law, you will be setting defense to 0. This way, with Gear 5, you have an orb boost, you have color affinity, you have an attack boost, you have a chain boost, you have a chain multiplier boost, you have a bigger super type. You have so much damage with this team that I don't see it failing at level 150. Because even with Hunger, we absolutely decimate Big Mom in 2 taps, which is just absurd to think about. But that was the Gear 5 team. We're going to move on to a boosted team now to show you guys what I'm actually running for the meantime and how I'll make changes to the team when we do hit that 150. Lots of drops here as well, which is awesome. Really like to see that. Alright, so the team that I'm actually utilizing is a Momo and Kid Law team. I have Kid Law on my team as well, and Big Mom on the team to actually give me some more drops. So that's the team, those are the supports. Let's dive in for the final time against PKA Olin. Well, Otama, I should say. On this particular fight, we are utilizing Momo as our captain, but once we do get up to level 150, we're probably going to swap out Momo as captain for Gear 5 as captain. That way we get access to an orb boost with this team. This team actually doesn't have an orb booster because we are trying to run all of the boosted units that isn't Killer. Killer's the only boosted unit that's not on this team, but that's because we have substituted Momo in, so that way we can get some XP gains. Utilizing Momo is awesome as a captain because he activates his special on turn 1, and that way you can just wave clear the first 2 stages, nice and easy, and he's also going to help out against this stage against Page 1 ulti. Now, Page 1 ulti after level 100 will give you 6 turns of despair and put up 6 turns of resilience. The supports of Kanjuro, Rayleigh, and Corazon are going to remove all the despair for you, which works out very nicely, and then the end of turn damage from Momo is going to kill this stage. However, if you want to use Gear 5 as your captain, you are going to basically get through the resilience with the burn mechanic from Big Mom. I use the Big Mom special on this particular stage, as well as the super type of Momo. That way, I give myself 3 recovery orbs on the adjacent characters, and then the rest of the characters will have 1 orb to just make sure that I kill on that stage. It's a pretty easy kill with Momo's attack boost, with Big Mom's conditional as well. Like, it's very, very easy. As long as you tap with Kid in the int variation, you will be hunky-dory. On to Big Mom now. She's going to give you Hunger, and this will go up to 2 stacks of Hunger. So that's why keeping at least 2 recovery orbs is going to be very beneficial. Make sure that you guys are utilizing your specials in the right particular order, so that way Law and Kid is going to have their super swap ready. you can use Momo to remove the damage reduction. You have Beppo to remove the threshold. Beppo also gives you 1 turn of cooldown, so that gets around the special reverse. But if Gear 5 is your captain, you actually don't have to worry about that at all. Eat one of those meat orbs, then you can just tap with Gear 5 and it just absolutely decimates. Momo's going to have a 1 slot, so he's going to do a lot of damage, like a lot of damage. And Big Mom isn't really hitting hard at all, so you could probably start the chain with her if you want to. Onto the final stage, your captains are going to get special bound. If you are using Gear 5 as your captain, you will need someone to remove this special bind. The special bind does go up to 7 turns, so I don't know if it goes down to 6 after the preemptive, but look, it says 7 in the information. Utilizing the super swap of Kid Law and then using their special is going to kill the mobs. You can then use Gear 5 for your color affinity boost, and then you actually have access to the Super EX as well, and that's going to give you a bigger chain multiplicative, so you get above the chain, what's it called, the attack down below a certain chain. But as you can see there, the damage is like well and truly enough, but if it does lack damage later down the line, like I said, I'm just probably going to switch Momo and Gear 5, and that way I should be able to get through all of those nasty effects anyway. But if you enjoyed the video, bolt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff for me. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.